Hi, and welcome to Common Sense Creation. Common Sense Creation was started by me, and the goal of this page is maybe to help somebody who is searching uh, for the existence of God. So, in these videos, I am putting in my beliefs, uh, evidence that I've collected, and I would just like to share that with you. And I hope that it helps you out a little bit. If you like what we are talking about on this channel, then please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, and even the little bell tab so that you don't miss anything that I put out. If you have a comment, please, please keep it clean, keep it straight, and keep it polite. There is so much hatred in this world. I don't think it should spill over onto this network. Okay, so the beginning of life. The beginning of life. This is in the science world. I don't know if these people are actually convinced of this, what they teach, or if they actually um, are just trying to dismiss and deny the existence of God, or maybe even disprove the existence of God. They have not been able to do that yet. Um, anyways, we were taught in school that it all started with a little speck and it exploded into everything. Well, as an adult, I mean, as a kid, I that was what I lived with that because the experts said it, so, and I didn't really pay much attention to it. And as an adult, I don't buy it. I don't think there was any Big Bang, and I don't think, a Big Bang can form spheres that we call planets, spheres that we call moons, and with such order. I mean, such order in the universe. I don't think that happened with a little speck. And besides, matter and energy cannot be created or it cannot be destroyed. So, with that in mind, I thought about the spark. I thought about the little self-replicating molecule, and I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time believing that because number one, the law of biogenesis says that life only comes from life after its own kind. Um, so you couldn't breed a cat with a dog or with a buffalo or anything like that. You couldn't do it. So anyways, I was thinking that this self-replicating molecule would have to have had every component needed to make it up. And there's a lot of things in the cell, organelles, plasma. You probably got about 9 or 10 big things in the cell. So it all would have to come together at the same time. That's what makes sense to me. It would have to come all at the same time. Now, there was a Darwinist scientist, and he put the number at 10 to the 40th power in favor of evolution, or I'm sorry, self-replicating molecule. Um, Now, if you had to have an operation, a doctor says, well, we can cure you. However, you have a 1 in 10 to the 40th power chance of surviving this operation. I would run in terror. I really would. And I think you would too. So it would have to have all of these components together. I mean, it can't work any other way. Now, then when it replicates to what? It would have to be a DNA. Now, as you know, as scientists know, even Christian scientists, if they were able to prove hands down evolution, abiogenesis, without a doubt, they would be able to prove it. The Christian scientists would have to go along with it because it was proven. And in science, you have to be able to observe it, and you have to be able to test it and evaluate it. 80 million years ago, I don't think we're going to test that at all. So anyways, scientists have been trying for a long time. I mean, over 100 years, they've been trying to create life. out of just inanimate objects, and they fail. They fail. They fail. They fail. And the big day for evolutionists was, I think their names were Miller and Urey. They were scientists, and it was back in the 50s, I think maybe 1953, where they had a closed system. They replicated what the universe atmosphere would have been like. Of course, they had a lot like methane and all that. Well, but anyways, um, they were able to collect, I mean, some amino acids, and they just marveled at that. But here's the deal, though: amino acids that make up proteins, they are either left-handed or right-handed. So if you looked under a microscope, left-handed ones would look like this. Well, not like that, but I think you get the message. And right hands would be like that. And in the proteins, no matter how many amino acids they use, they all have to be left-handed. Right-handed will not work. Left-handed. So that jacks up the odds quite a bit. Don't you agree? Now, as for the scientists trying to create life in the test tube or in the laboratory, um, I think that science will only prove creation because if by chance, and I don't believe it'll ever happen because life comes from God, but let's just say that they were able to create a living cell that multiplied, no, that they were able to do that, that they got life from non-life. That would only prove my point. Because if you let those things alone, they would not have formed to make life if you let them alone. You've got a scientist in there that's doing checks and balances, experiments, and what have you, and finally he gets it right. Well, and how does that prove creation? The scientist is a creator in that situation because if you let those elements alone, they're not going to mix up and create a cell, which is what kids are being taught today. So, anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree or um, don't like the way I dress. Uh, but but please, I ask you, keep it civil, keep it friendly. We can agree to disagree and still be friends. There's enough hatred in the world. Let's not put it on here. So, anyways, from my home to yours, I hope you have a great evening. I hope that you do something fun with the family. Tell your wife she's pretty, and I will see you very soon. God bless you.